Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our Blindspot Season 5, Episode 8 reaction, where I think we're feeling all of the feelings. Things are not going great at the moment. I think we can say that. This is a rough hour of television.
Listen, there's going to be a lot of spoilers coming up. I'm feeling a lot of things right now. So if you haven't seen everything or you don't want to be spoiled, earmuffs, because I'm upset and we're going to talk about it.
Before we do, and we start to go down a downward spiral of sadness, but also theories, if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We have a lot of blind spot stuff coming as we get closer to the big finale.
Okay, listen, Blindspot, you already took Reed from me, and tonight you're going to make me think that you've taken Patterson from me. And here's the thing, I am normally a person that on a TV show, if there's a death, if I don't see a body, then it didn't happen. And we are in this situation that we did not see a body. However, we are also in a situation that feels very much like Lost, when Charlie was in the underwater and he's like, not Penny's boat, and then everything was going sideways and all this, like, you know, we're watching Patterson in this room and all this, like, felt like molten lava is like pouring into this room. I don't know how she got out of this room unless one of those little secret tunnels she was talking about is in this room, and it better be in this room.
Listen, if they can survive the explosion in Iceland, or at least most of them, unfortunately not Reed.
Reed did not. So, I mean, the show this season has told us that they are not afraid to kill people. And you're taking away all my favorite people.
I am still firmly in denial. This is an interesting role reversal from earlier this season, where I was very convinced that Reed was 100% dead, and I think you were more wanting to hold on to hope that he was alive. I am here to hold on to every inch possible of hope that Patterson is alive, and I will present to the bench evidence to support my theory.
All right, let's have it, because my only theory is that one of those little super escape tunnels is in that room.
We saw a lot of lava at the very front of the window.
Yes.
We did not see anything past that window. Maybe there's something.
But we did before it got to the window. We saw her watching it going all the way around the room to get to the window.
Maybe she
not
stopped,
Penny's boat,
dropped, and rolled, because that's what you do when there's a fire. And she rolled into a secret compartment and ended up being A-okay. But no, okay, on a more serious side of things, they did really emphasize heavily in this episode, not that we needed to be reminded, how smart Patterson is. And I think that is intentional. I think they're doing that to kind of wink and nudge at us that Patterson may have had a plan Z that we don't know about.
There's just a part of me that when they were rich and her, like, saying all these nice things about each other, I was just... we're leading towards losing somebody, and this is the final season, and you know they would do something like this in the final season. I don't know why, I just felt like Patterson was somebody that the show was not going to touch. I don't know why. I shouldn't have thought that, since they did kill Reed, but for some reason that's what I felt. So I don't know. I think I'm still just down the hole of watching all that fire coming down that window, and Rich's reaction is just, everything is so bad in this episode. It was a very good episode, don't get me wrong, but watching Madeline win everything was the worst.
It is the worst. And Madeline is the worst. And Patterson... like, the thing I'm really kind of feeling about here is to go kind of total inside baseball on some stuff with this, is that I saw some synopses for some upcoming episodes, and they kept mentioning the surviving members of the team. Like, that's how they were describing it. And I was thinking in my head, okay, they're probably just playing with me, because really that could just mean everybody and not Reed surviving members of the team. But now, of course, it's sort of like, okay, now you guys are really trying to screw with my head and make me think even more that Patterson is not there. But I still just think somehow, maybe Reed, maybe ultimately Rich is in on it somehow. Maybe his shocked reaction was code. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Dead, but
that performance was really good. I felt that he was making me upset more than watching the fire come down. Like his reaction was so real. This was a really good episode, but also so crap.
I could be wrong. There could be post-mortem interviews out there right now with Ashley Johnson where she's basically saying that she's dead. I don't know if you're going to have any more time to do post-mortem interviews with Ashley Johnson because she's still doing interviews for The Last of Us Part 2. But really, I think there's still hope, but I think we can agree on this. Madeline needs to go. Like you said it, we all said it. Madeline tried to get rid of Zapata, who just miraculously, she survives what happened in this episode.
Yeah, I don't usually root for people to get strangled, but I was rooting for Zapata to just take out Madeline. And yes, I know we still have a bunch of episodes afterwards, but can't they just be happier episodes? No, it's not going to work out like that. This was really, really intense.
They could have given us the Blindspot musical episode that I know all of us were wanting in the final 3 episodes. Could you imagine the romance song number between Jane and Weller as they're okay, that's not happening. No, instead we're going to have Patterson is dead, Madeline is running things, White's is trying to run away again. But
yeah, and Keaton, didn't do anything good. Even his last sort of all the best to you, Tasha. Let me now do something now that I'm no longer worth anything. It was just kind of I'm done with you, Keaton. Goodbye.
Remember a week ago when we thought Keaton was actually like a savior to the team on some level, and we had so much hope and belief, and then I saw a sneak peek of the scene with the Whites and the Free going into this episode, and I was like, oh, here we go, Whites is doing something again. He's helping everybody. White flip-flops more than a pancake on a griddle.
Yeah, he does, and in some ways, I'm not gonna, I can't pretend that I don't understand. After him seeing, people getting killed and everything that's going on, to actually have all that blackmail be wiped clean and have him have an opportunity to kind of be I gotta get out of here. I can get out of here. Or even worse, where it was kind of oh, well, now that, she doesn't have blackmail on you anymore, now she can just kill you if that's what has to happen. So I understand where he's coming from. But, stop being a weasel and just stand up for your team.
Yeah, I think at this point they need a hero. And unfortunately, White's is one of the only heroes that they have left at this point.
Hero.
Yeah, these are desperate times, right? They call for desperate measures. And, I loved a lot of this episode. It was intense. It was dramatic. I think it had everything you could want from that standpoint. But I will say this. Jane and Weller are kind of the leads of the show. I feel like they actually weren't in this episode all that much. I can't sit here and tell you, okay, name 3 top tier Jane and Weller moments, because my head is all about Patterson and Zapata choking out Madeline.
Yeah, I agree. But this season they've done more of a job of moving this towards less, this is just sort of the Jane and Weller show where they're being held up by everyone else. This feels like they are all on the run together. They are all the team. So I actually haven't, I enjoy seeing them and having them sort of be the stars of the show, but I'm also enjoying this where everybody feels like they're layered on top of each other and everybody really matters. So if it's not, we're getting a whole bunch of story with these two, it's okay. I don't forget about them. I know they're still there. Things are still happening for them because they're part of the whole puzzle.
I think I'm just having a hard time reconciling a lot of things because this is not the final season I was sort of expecting. I thought going in for some reason that we were going to see like Jane and Weller and the team traveling to these different locales in the world and trying to like accumulate all this stuff so that they could get back in. But that's where I think in my head, I thought Blindspot had like a $300 million budget an episode, and instead they're spending all their time in this bunker and not really moving around a lot.
You know, sometimes I feel like that with the show, that the show just has like unlimited resources here, because when they do have these like adventure episodes where they're globe-trotting and doing all these cool things and having adventure, it feels like unlimited money.
This is the limited season. It seems like when it feels like when they renewed it, they're like, okay, we'll give you guys a final season, but here we're gonna give you
$5,
$5, a bunker, maybe 2 other sets. We'll maybe get White's a new tie. Like, we'll give you guys a few different things to work with. They're making the most of it.
And I was gonna say, that's the thing about it. We are used to these other seasons where they are all over the place and these, you know, just crazy locations and everything. I haven't missed it. It hasn't been like, they haven't missed a beat. This story, except for the ice cream story, which I still enjoyed the adventure of it, but for the most part, the rest of this story is very rich in story.
It has been pretty compact. It's really packed a lot in. I think this episode especially does that, and it's going to leave everyone wondering a lot of different things. But this, of course, is where our preview video comes into play, if we can hype ourselves up for a minute here, because
it's so difficult. I mean, I don't know how anybody else out there is feeling, but it really was difficult watching this episode. I am still not over losing Reed. The idea that we might have also lost Patterson. I mean, everybody else is arrested. Everything is so bad. Like, the only person that it feels like is really still out there somewhere is Boston. And, you know, is he really going to come out for this? And is he enough to be able to come out for this? Like, who's left out there who's an ally?
That is what we're really gonna have to try to figure all of this out. And in the preview, we'll talk through some theories. We'll speculate about where we are. I do not know how they're gonna get out of this.
I'm gonna miss the bunker.
I don't know if we're ever seeing the bunker again.
Oh, the bunker's over.
Yeah,
it's
the bunker
filled with fire and lava, and the whole Navy theme that Rich had going on is all melted with Patterson, maybe.
I am more likely to think that we will see Patterson again over any remnant of the bunker. R.I.P. bunker. Anyway, though, what do you guys think about Blindspot Season 5, Episode 8? Everything we had in here. Is Patterson alive? Please let Patterson be alive. Don't do this to Bill Nye.
Yeah, give us your theories. Do you think that she stopped, dropped, and rolled into the tunnel, or something else has happened?
Let us know in the comments, and if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking that link in the description to the store. And we'll see you here next time.